It's the Chronicles on an 84 day. Today, I'm going to go get some tires put on the van. Hopefully, going to get it aligned. Took the dog out to do his morning poopies. You hungry, bud? Come on. So I'm going to feed him real quick and then, yeah, head to get some tires. Well, I'm at the tire shop. Pow! Van's getting some new shoes. So they're essential, so it's okay. They won't shut down, but you never know. So just so you know, if you need tires for your car, they're essential. Leaving the tire place, gonna head to the alignment shop, see if it's open. If it's open, then we're good to go. Okay, well I made it to the alignment shop, but the alignment machine is down. So they can't do alignments right now. But they got a guy coming today to fix it. So hopefully before they close, it'll be fixed and I can get the alignment done. And a pro tip, apparently you're supposed to get your alignment checked every other oil change. So if anybody don't know, that's what you're supposed to do. So that's what we're gonna do from this point on to avoid any future problems. But yeah, new tires, it's all quiet, rides smooth. I love new tires. New tires are great. So yeah, so that's how things are going on day 84. Yeah, day 84. Okay, now we're going. We're rolling.
Is it on?
It's on now.
It's on. Okay.
For reals.
All right. Welcome to something. What are we doing?
All right.
You're not gonna do an intro or nothing?
Well, no, because this is the intro, the cue line.
Well, now we know where we're going because it's the Haunted Mansion. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about we're picking 3 of our we like a lot rides at
we're each picking 3.
Magic Kingdom, and they're in no particular order necessarily, and a lot of them are the same. So we just decided to pick 6, 3 each. So this is one she picks. I'll let her start with what do you like about it, and I'll see if I can get rid of that ad.
Why is it not on your?
Just
oh, this is so weird. Oh my gosh, I just don't even know. Okay. Well, the effects in the Haunted Mansion.
There we go.
They start right at the beginning. I love that portrait. Stretching room. The stretching portraits are great. I didn't know we were bringing props.
Well, it's how I mentioned. I got my ghost in a jar.
But we're not even there yet.
Oh,
we're just in the stretching room.
Sorry. First day.
Little gargoyle guys, and they lock you in, and there's no way out, and it's all like creepy and spooky.
So what do you think? Well, what do you like about it? Like, what do you look forward to the most about? Like, we're in queue for the Haunted Mansion. What do you like? Sweet about the most.
It's so hard to pick one thing.
Pick other things.
I pick an ad.
Don't know how to do these now.
I've got the goofies. I've been up way too long today. I just love the way it smells in there. The decorations are so cool. The cast members are fantastic on this ride. The story is great. Who's the guy that narrated this one? Is it Jeffrey John
Freeze.
Joseph?
Some guy Freeze.
Yeah.
Something Freeze. That's the chair.
They rubbed together and they farted. Oh, we're still in the stretching room.
Yeah, it's gonna be in a stretching room for a minute because this is like a long ass video.
And then there's his way out. I don't recommend taking that way out. But I think the way the story runs, that is technically the way you get out. Speculation on that, but
yeah,
not by hanging, but throwing yourself out the window. In this room is just I love this.
You gotta touch the bat heads. I always touch the bat heads.
I boop the little noses.
Like every bat head, I try to touch them all. And we know the secret. The secret is that there's a girl, like the ballerina stretcher.
Well, they were, but it's obviously a busy day.
And that's where the door opens.
Stretcher girl.
And if you go stand near her portrait, then you'll be one of the first people to pop in there. And these are the doom buggies.
Yeah,
So-
it's where the fake wall slides open. And they got little bats on the conveyor belt.
They do.
It's all this cool, spooky stuff.
Right. So, yeah, rather than just like, we're going to go through the entire ride video, because obviously you can watch a POV and see it yourself and not do it this way.
But the beginning of it is one of my favorite parts too, as well as the ride. But
I think my favorite part is right before the stairway. Not that stairway, but
I do like the floating candlestick.
because it's really cool, like temperature wise it's cool, and then the smell really starts pumping about right there.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I like that part a lot.
And it's just that weird old house musty smell with like funeral flowers mixed in. It's a unique smell.
Yeah, they really do a good
But-
job of theming on it.
Oh, and that's the old portraits.
But yeah, so
Isn't it?
I don't know.
I can't tell.
It's hard. It's this low light video, so it's
Yeah.
like it's a lot brighter than it usually is,
Yeah.
because you can see everything. But yeah, this is one of our top ones.
Yes.
It's we ride it every time. I don't like to do it so much on the not so scary thing, just because it is such a long ride. I mean, it's what, 10 minutes or so, 9 minutes. It's a pretty long ride, but
Probably because this video is like almost 14.
yeah, it eats up a chunk of time. So, but yeah, this is one of our favorites, and I like this guy.
Oh,
But-
you can see the shadow really good.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, next is
Yay!
give a little shout out to these people because they're doing the videos. We can't do the video because it's closed, and we're not there. So, Big Thunder Mountain. This was one of that gum ads. We'll let it play because
Yeah,
they need their
they're
money.
getting money from it.
But yeah, I like this ride a lot. She didn't go on it for a long time.
Well, I do most of the roller coasters now, but I'm not much of a roller coaster person. I don't like the way they make me feel, and the anxiety and anticipation and suspense and all that. But this one's not that bad. I like this one now.
And I rode it solo a lot at first, and I happened to catch it one night. I think it was during a Not So Scary, and the fireworks were going off at the exact time that I was on the ride, and it was just, I don't know, like having the
But
fireworks.
I hate this part. It's so loud. I have to ride through there like this.
Yeah, they got the
It's so
bats
loud.
screeching too to kind of like make it even more anxious. There's really no big drops. There's really no big thrills. I think Sleeky Dog's got a lot bigger drop than this does. But the theming on this is phenomenal because it just really, you feel like you're on this train and you really can't see a whole lot of anything except this guy's hand always keeping the camera from getting wet from the waterfalls. But yeah, so the fireworks going off like just pow, pow, at nighttime. It was really cool because there's all explosions anyway. The whole thing's like a mine, so there's like a lot of explosion theming type going on. So I think the firework ride was like this really magical moment that I stumbled on by accident, and I was behind these kids, sit behind them, and they were like losing their mind, like just like because they had no idea that they weren't trying to time it just right either. But yeah,
They just got lucky.
and they like, are you kidding me? Are you serious right now?
That's what I'm talking
That's what
about.
I'm talking about. Woo!
You were so excited when you got off.
It was
that.
crazy, but yeah, I was just like, I wish you could have been on that train because it was amazing. But then she got to experience it later in a different ride, and then she got to experience on this ride, didn't you? At some point, you rode this ride during the fireworks or not?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she got experience on this.
And
later.
one of my favorite places to watch fireworks in Magic Kingdom is actually right at the exit for this when you get back out in the main path, right near that little dock that used to be the smoking section. It's not anymore.
Yeah.
But I think that's the best view of the fireworks because they go off pretty much right over your head. It's a fun ride.
Next up is
I'm gonna take a drink.
Space Mountain. Yay! This is This is one of like my absolute favorite rides ever. I don't know why, because it's not like, I don't know what it is about it, but I think as a kid, it was one of the first like grown up roller coasters I rode, and I felt it made me feel so adult. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it was like I felt like part of a club. Like it was kind of my initiation into like being old enough to ride like more extreme coasters.
Were you tall enough to ride it that day?
I was, but it wasn't. It's not really that extreme. It's just it's rough as a cob. It's loud. It's dark, and I don't know. I just
feels like it's gonna take your head off. It's so jerky.
For the longest time as a kid, like I mean, honestly, like from the time I went to, up until we went again, like it's just one of those like things that's been embedded in my head, of the feeling of the ride and
fast pass on this one.
Yeah, we fast passed it. Woo-hoo. And how it was just, it just stuck in my head. It was like this one and like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Like those three was like a huge part of my childhood, and you always kind of romanticize things that you have a personal attachment to. And I think musically is the same thing too for me. Like I like a certain song. It may not be the best song ever, but because it was in a certain part of my life, it will always be very near and dear to me. So that's why I like it. I like the smell of it. I like the sounds of it. I liked how at the time I went it was so futuristic and just so cutting edge. And it's inside. It's dark. I mean, it's like that was the first roller coaster I ever rode that was inside 100% of the time. And the nebs. I love the nebs.
You do love the nebs.
So, but anyway, she doesn't really like it, but
I prefer to ride this during the not so scary party because they turn all the lights off and it's pitch black, and they call it Deep Space Mountain. And there's no flashy lights. Big part of why I don't like riding Space Mountain regular is just way too many flashy lights. But in the pitch black, it's so much fun because you have no idea where you're going. You don't know if you're about to turn. Because in the regular, you get a little bit of the light catching on the structure because it's you're basically riding around in a giant cage. That's why it feels like it's going to take your head off.
You see the
supports,
the command central thing, and you see the ship, which I let it get to that, and then we'll continue on. But
but with the little bit of low light, your eyes start adjusting to it. So by the end, you can kind of see what's going on. Yeah. But in the Deep Space Mountain with all the lights off, it's not a neb. Oh, it's a space station.
Space station. But if you look up, they rotate, which is really cool.
That's very cool. Oh, in the pitch black, all you can see when you're going up the lift hill is you see the little red rings on the security cameras, and then right before you drop into it, they flash you with the picture, and that's all you see for lights through the whole thing. And then as the next trains start coming down, you'll see the flash of the camera. But I don't know. I like it in the dark.
And I like the alpha side a little better. They got an alpha and a beta side. One side's like a little bit longer.
Oh, I don't think I've ridden it.
I don't really know what the difference is exactly per se, but I typically go for alpha if I get a choice. But yeah, I think I've always liked like I remember being there as a kid with my pop and looking up and seeing that black with the space station go by and the nebula. I imagine it's like to new kids like these days, like that's so stupid. But like as a kid though, I mean, it was like
it still feels like you're looking out space windows.
It was insane. It was like we were in another. Yeah. We were not on Earth. We were in a space station, and I totally bought the entire thing as a kid, and I think that's why I love it just absolutely so much.
And
the colors.
As much as I'm not a fan of the cars on this ride, because there's nothing to hold on to, and that's why I always look stupid in the pictures, because I'm just holding the restraint down. Anyway, but the way you ride single file like a bobsled, I think, is kind of neat. Yeah. Aside from not having anything to grab onto. I like having things to hold on to when I ride rides like that. Makes me feel better.
I'm hoping I might pause it like in 3, 2, 1. What?
You've watched this before. Or you've ridden it 80 million times, which is more likely. But
And this is, kind of where you... Oh, what the heck?
that's usually how I ride Space Mountain, is on the People Mover.
Yeah,
See flashy lights, I don't even want to watch that. Oh. Nah, don't like it. So the Deep Space Mountain, all these lights are off.
It still makes a noise, but I think, doesn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, but this is like my favorite part of the ride right here. Because you're going up the lift hill, and you've got, like... You got your spacemen over there. You got these weird craftwork looking people over here making like a dope ass synth record, and I mean you just see like it looks like you're going to space. I mean, it's crazy. All this stuff's move and comets and shooting stars, but yeah, it's asteroids going by.
Yeah. It does look cool, but it's flashy lights, and
I just love it.
Like flashy lights.
I just love it.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we got.
What do we got next? What do we got next? I can't remember. This was one of my picks. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Pirates of the Caribbean. Love this ride. Big selling point. The line is pretty much all entirely inside.
Yes.
The like main switchback area, this part is open on the sides, but it's completely covered, and I'm pretty sure they've got vents or something in there blowing AC, but you get cross breezes.
And since we're talking about queue lines, what's a pro tip for people that stuck in the rain at Disney World?
Oh yeah, this was my genius catch. We were at, I don't remember which trip it was on. It's Florida, it rains all the dang time. But we were trying to figure out where we could go where we wouldn't be in this like torrential downpour that was coming through, and I realized that the line is completely covered. When you come off the ride, you go through the gift shop, and there's a little section that creates this little walkway that's still covered, so you can leave the gift shop, and it's where the Pirate's Life little dress-up boutique was. I don't think they have that anymore, but you cut in front of that and you get right back in line, and you don't have to step foot outside. We were laughing at all the people that were just standing there staring at the rain and the puddles filling up and like, I want to ride rides, while we're just going, see ya, we're riding Pirates again. I think it was
9 times.
It was something ridiculous. I think it was 9 times.
Yeah, I think it was 9.
And I think it was after like 3 times the cast members were just like, hi, welcome back. It was hilarious. But after like the 3rd time looping around, there was nobody in line for it.
Yeah.
But there was at least 50 people standing under, like, I guess you would call it the awning at the front, like I said, just staring at the rain and the puddles. It was fun.
Yeah.
Our pictures were funny that day. We had so many pictures.
Yeah, it's just they get the PhotoPass thing, and it was just PhotoPass. Yeah. As all of them were like, and then you start doing like Vogue pictures and board pictures, because it was just like we got really so good at getting our picture taken on Pirates. And one thing I do, which she thinks is incredibly gross, but for some reason, and I don't know, maybe I did it as a kid, I don't really know where it came from, but I have this thing where, like, any water ride, I've got to, like, find a way to, like, secretly sneak my finger in the water and then christen myself with it.
I'm pretty sure you just said stink your finger in the water.
Sneak, not stink.
You said stink.
Did I say stink?
You did. I think you tried to say sneak and stick, and it came out stink.
Stink. I stink that finger down in the water. But no, I like to, I don't know why I do it. It's just, and I've done it like, I think one of the last times we went, like I got every single water ride there was. And the hardest one's probably the Jungle Cruise.
Yes, because it's so far.
Yeah, you got
the boat sits up high.
Yeah, you really can't reach for it. But, and Colorado River Rapids isn't hard. Yeah, kind of hard. But
not if I'm shooting you from the bridge.
Yeah. So, I do count, like Big Thunder Mountain, for example, which the guy covered the camera during that part, but there's waterfall on each side of the train, and you do get a mist. So even that, I kind of like make sure I get into the mist.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's just something about like having Disney water on my forehead.
Do you like the feel of bromine?
I guess. I don't know. It's just, I know I'm in Disney, but this is the new.
And
scene.
I love the smell of Pirates. It's that sugar smell, molasses and rum. And that kind of just real sweet, maybe a little bit of banana in there too. It's a very tropical beverage. That guy, he's our buddy. I thought you took that into your office.
No, I kept that here.
Cool.
He's my prop. He was kind of expensive, but you know, we like this guy.
Yeah, we do.
And everybody misses this picture because you're always looking at that guy.
What's going on there? Oh, that's probably the drop.
Yeah, that's probably the drop. So anyway, we'll go to the next. Well, is there anything else you want to say about this video? Like, yeah, it's a drop.
I will say too, I like the new scene that they did to replace the auction scene. I do miss the auction scene, just because it's classic, but I do like the updated Red selling the rum at the auction.
And
I think they did a good job updating it.
And I think the thing that makes me go crazy about this ride is this part right here, and actually the rest of it too, because you're inside a structure and there's a full-blown pirate ship going berserk with animatronics and water
you never
splashing
know
your
how
face.
big the water splashes are going to be. Sometimes they're just little like poofs. But then sometimes they're big like that, and if you're in the wrong seat, it'll so cute.
Absolutely so cute. But this is inside of a building, and it's like, it's insane to me. Like that they can,
I love it.
do it.
So. That's my favorite boat ride.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite boat rides. I like all of them.
You just like the boat rides, but this is my favorite. Small World's classic, and I do like Small World. I'm one of the weird ones that does like Small World, but it's Pirates. I just love it. I don't know. It's wonderful. And Jack Sparrow looks just like him, moves like him, everything.
Next up is CoasterForest.com. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. This was one of my picks. It's probably one of her picks, but it's also one of my picks because we both love this ride. It is incredibly short, which is the only negative thing about it, but...
This was the first roller coaster I went on.
It was.
At Disney.
She was real apprehensive about it. I'm like, I think this one will be okay. And it's because it's so super smooth. The cars sway.
It's so neat.
You know, so it's really not the most thrilling ride there is. Because really, as you can see, there's not a lot of drops or nothing.
But when the fireworks are going off, it's a great.
But yeah, we caught this one by
purely accident the first time.
Yeah, and she was yelling boomies, and I told her afterwards it sounded like she was yelling boobies.
As the fireworks go boom, they're boomies.
But yeah, it was.
And this just is pretty.
So you get this little like slow down scene, you know, and it's just, you know, you're in the mine, pretty
it's
cool.
Nice and cool in there.
Oh, it's super cool. And like it doesn't matter how hot it is or if it's raining or what the weather is. It's always good in there. But yeah, so it's a very smooth, fun coaster. We like to ride it. It's always got a long ass wait for some reason or other.
Yes, it's awesome.
And this is one we have to fast pass. We don't really fast pass Pirates. We don't fast pass.
Well, this one's good for kids, and I think it's a lot of little kids' first roller coasters.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of the reason why the line's so long.
What do we usually fast pass? Maybe we should have done a video on that, like what we fast pass.
Maybe we can do that next time.
Because we fast pass
Write that down so when we're talking about.
Well, I got a video of it, so we're good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we fast pass this, we fast pass Peter Pan, and we fast pass what else? Sometimes Space Mountain, just so you don't have to wait so long.
Yeah.
But Big Thunder is another one we fast pass. So pretty much all the ones we
Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a fan of that, but we'll get there.
How did that not make it on my list?
Wait, is that on? It's not on the list, is it? I don't know.
But yeah,
No, that's how short
and
that ride is.
Now the ride's over.
Yeah. It's real quick, but it's fun. This one's mine! People Mover! Oh, I love the People Mover. It used to be a really short wait. Lately it's been, like, pretty steady at 30 minutes when it's running. But anyway, it pretty much takes you on a lap around Tomorrowland, which is my favorite part of Magic Kingdom, I would say. And you get to see all the rides. You're one story up, so it's great for watching all the people walking around. Get a nice breeze, even though it does not go as fast as Dinosaur. We looked it up. Dinosaur is faster than the People Mover. But I just love the People Mover. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, this is a definite, like, if we could fast pass it, we would fast pass it if we needed to, because...
Yeah. And we have done late nights at Magic Kingdom where you're pounding Space Mountain and I'm just looping around on People Mover. I think there was one time I was on it and they just let me ride around one more lap before the park shut down.
And that's the other cool thing is, like, at nighttime, nothing is better than riding People Mover.
Oh, it's marvelous.
Because
it's
you get
a
all the
10-minute
lights and stuff.
sit down.
You get all the lights and it just... And you hear all the sounds from...
Oh, I love the sounds in Tomorrowland. The music and the little sound effects they pump in, and love Tomorrowland.
I have a prop for that too.
You do? Yay! One of my favorite albums. Sergeant Sawtooth.
It's the Disneyland version, but you know, it's still
Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
That's where it all started.
And they don't sadly they don't have a People Mover. I mean they do, but they don't. They got the track. They did. But it's good to, like, I think it forces you to, like, center.
Yes, that's probably why I like it, because it's a 10-minute sit down, nice breeze. It's not real loud, it's not real flashy. You just get to sit and relax.
And you can't, once you're on it, you can't do nothing for 10 minutes, so you might as well just relax and just
love it
and just enjoy, like, looking around the park. And it's a good place to people watch. I mean, you can really, like, if you can just ride it over and over again, you can sit down and look at all the people and see the people that's having bad days and good days, and, you know, eating ice cream or getting Joffrey's coffee, whatever it is they're doing, taking selfies at the purple wall. You get to see all of this from here, and you feel like a million miles away from the hustle and bustle of it, but yet you're a part of it. So they've since taken these things down.
Oh,
they're in the process of taking these.
Well, they're retheming Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
But the only reason Joffrey's isn't on this list is because restaurants and kiosks don't count as rides.
Yeah.
Joffrey's is always my first stop in the morning for coffee because Starbucks is yucky.
And there's one right here. Like, it's like right around somewhere.
No.
Oh, it's not over there. It's over by Space Mountain.
Because you're back out by the entrance now. Oh,
but yeah,
it's the Old Rocks.
But you get a good view of the castle.
Yep.
Right
Great
there.
view of the castle.
And at nighttime or daytime, it's like just it's incredible.
The views are just incredible. I love it.
And then it goes through Space Mountain. So, you know, what's really cool is if you get through Space Mountain.
Oh, and the original Epcot model.
Oh, okay, yeah, that is the original Epcot model.
Experimental prototype Community of Tomorrow. Ooh, look at me with the brain.
There you go.
I know my Disney trivia.
But yeah, you get like you get like if the Space Mountain's down, they got the lights on doing maintenance. You can ride this, and you can see Space Mountain with the lights on, which is kind of cool.
Doesn't happen often.
No, but there's that guy. He's on the People Mover shirt. But yeah, we really. Oh, that's not there anymore either.
Well, it is. They were remodeling last time we were there.
But as you can see, it really gives you...
Like the trees, it's just such a great view of one of the greatest parts of the park.
And you get the...
Oh, this is pre-Tron.
Speedway. So it just, I don't know. It's a really cool thing. And I think as a kid, you know, because it's all run by like magnets or something, right?
Yeah, I believe that's the
And you
drive mechanism.
again as a kid you think, man, this is what is going to be like. The future's going to be like.
Yeah.
And you're going to have this in cities, and you're going to get on these things and just zoom around. And
You still believe that?
I hope that. I mean, because
Yeah.
I don't know why we don't. I mean, I really don't, because there's like zero emissions. I understand it breaks down all the time, but it's also from 1975. I mean, you show me a 1975 car that still runs like a champ.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the first what was Tomorrowland gave me this really hope for the future, and like how I was so excited as the kid at that time, because I'm like, if it's at Disney World now, by the time I get to be an adult, this is what the future is going to be like. And this is the Space Mountain part. That's why it's dark. And this is what the future is going to be like. And I was so excited as a kid to be like, to live in a sci-fi movie.
Astronauts.
Yeah, so you can see those better in the People Mover.
Yeah.
Well, you can see them pretty good in the Space Mountain too.
Well, you go right by them on.
Yeah.
Here you just go under them.
And I think it's very disappointing to me that, here we are in 2020 and it's not like that at all. Like, especially like one of the videos that make it, like the rides that make it to land, like seeing how they're growing all this these fruit and stuff without any water or soil or anything. And I'm like, oh man, the future is going to be awesome. And Epcot was just as a whole was like that for me. Like I thought, again, if you think like a World's Fair or like a concept car kind of thing, because you see the concept cars and then they like maybe tweak them a little bit, but it's basically the same car comes out eventually. Several years later. Yeah. And I kind of thought that's what was going to happen, and it didn't happen, and it's just kind of a letdown. But I still hold true to.
I saw the comments, but they didn't really. You couldn't see anything. Yeah. Space Mountain.
Space Mountain. It's dark.
Deep Space Mountain looks like that.
Without the ad across the bottom, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's the sad part about this ride for me is that this is the only place that I know of in North America that you can ride something like this. And you would think by now, 2020, that we would have.
Well, I don't think it's practical for mass transit.
But I don't know why it wouldn't be, though. Because think about, like, there's always a lot of people, but the way they've got the loading system and how it's, like, constantly running, I mean, it's pretty efficient compared to some of the other rides.
Well, right before Disney World shut down, it was down for, like, 5 days.
But it's from 75. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, in
that's
70, when I went in 80.
And this is what we call a tangent. But when you're dealing with moving mass amounts of people all day, every day, to actually try to get to destinations, if you do have to shut it down for any kind of maintenance, that's, like, not good at all.
Well, let's just let's look at this like this. Let's say you're at the hospital, okay, and like my parents, for example, they don't have valet service anymore. They've got to park like a million miles away.
Right.
If they had something like this that they could get on,
well, that's where the trams would come in
and go right to the front door above everything and on its own track. It's not really
but
it just wouldn't. I don't know. It just seems like it would be a smart thing to do. But and as a kid, you think that's what it's going to be. You think, well, if they got this kind of technology in 79 and 75, I think it was 75. Yeah, 75. People were 75. Yeah, or 76. One of the two. It was 75 or 76.
My shirt's in my dresser.
And if you have that kind of technology then, which was 40 years ago, you would think that by now they would have something like People Mover 2.0.
But this is an attraction at a theme park.
But this is what he was wanting to do. Like I think what Walt was wanting to do with Epcot and all these things that, like, especially like at Epcot, they really wanted to push this for your transit. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating to me that we are still driving cars.
Oh, it's extremely aggravating to me. But then
you get there as a kid, you think there's no way on the planet when I'm 48 years old I'm driving a car, other than for enjoyment, not to go to work as a commute. So anyway,
Snow. You're scratching.
So that's our 6 must-dos at Disney. We've also got 6 more But we'll
Oh,
see.
we have plenty more.
And then maybe 6 more after that.
This was like a morning at Magic Kingdom. Because now we're ready to like jump over to Epcot or something.
Well, we got Peter Pan still. We got Small World. We got Splash Mountain.
Well, no, there is a bunch of other rides, but I'm just saying this would be like a typical morning at Magic Kingdom for us,
Yeah.
and now we'd be ready to go to another park.
Yeah, so...
Because this would be after we've already spent a day at Magic Kingdom and done everything at least once, so we went back, did these, and now we're going park hopping.
So, with all the negativity, and, of course today they announced they're going to shut down North Carolina for 21 days. So North Carolina's Mecklenburg County.
They put Mecklenburg County on shelter in place.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they're locked down. It's...
Well, shelter in place, but I call it lockdown for my slang. Keeping it with the homies.
Well, I don't think they know what they're calling things. It's all ridiculous. I'm essential. Yay, I'm essential! So I have to go to work every day. God, people are stupid. Anyway, yeah.
I just wanted something different. Something that's not like, oh, look, here's me driving to work. Here's me talking about how traffic sucks and city buses suck. And
yeah,
everything's
just so dismal and bleak right now and uncertain. And my anxiety and my stress has been high because I'm back at work. I was out of work for a week because I was sick, and that was a whole big stress ball of itself. And yeah. This is how we amuse ourselves and keep our spirits high, is daydreaming about what we're going to do at Disney when we go in September. I already have my dining reservations made, so...
So you'll get it firsthand in September, hopefully. Since, I guess we're not going to get to go to Colorado, or are we going to... Maybe that's still a possibility?
I'm playing it by ear. Yeah, that's... conversation off camera.
Okay. It's not a no.
That's not what we're talking about here.
It's not a no. But I'm just trying to think of like things that's like, that's not just driving. Because, some people are home and they need to have something to watch that's like fun. I don't guess we'd be the people they would watch if they want fun. I don't know, maybe. Like, be a drinking game. How many times does Chad touch his face?
Well,
You'll be drunk.
Okay, well, I made it through the whole video without coughing till just now, so that was pretty good. Thanks for making me laugh. Oh, boy. Yeah.
So, yeah.
People say we're entertaining. This really hasn't been too silly of a video.
And the people over there, that was it. That was people over. We just did the whole thing. You saw it in the background. You could tune us out.
Oh, and it's raining too. The rain is another good time to go ride People Mover. There's like no line. People are walking right up to it. God, I miss those days so much.
Yeah.
So many people at Disney.
Hopefully we can go back soon. And it'll be fun. So, thanks for watching. Hope you had some fun. And hopefully we'll have more fun things this year. And it won't just turn into this big pile of poop. So, it was Walt Life Box Day, so that was good. I should have videoed that, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah, it's over there.
Yeah.
I got all sorts of dark side Star Wars stuff, so I'm happy.
Maybe we'll show that real quick. And then I'll sign off. Sign off? Sign off. Okay, so here's what she got in her Walt Life box today.
Got a poncho.
Got a poncho
That's got Darth Vader on it.
Yeah.
Got a little canteen water bottle flask looking thing with Stormtrooper on it. I haven't really figured out what this book is yet, but I'm sure I will enjoy it. I don't know, Star Wars and geek culture, so. And then I'm really happy with this little guy. It's a little Kylo Ren, Sum or however you say it, but he's got his little lightsaber on the side. He's adorable. I'm starting to fall in love with these little things. And little postcardies down in here. I don't know if I got a little Walt Life piece. I didn't.
What is it usually attached to?
Well, this isn't your usual Walt Life box. You normally got the little foldy thing in there and all that, but I didn't get that this time. So, got little postcards with little comic book style art. So, I like my little Star Wars boxes I get. I didn't get a Walt Life thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I also didn't get any of the little shreds of paper that get everywhere and the cats love to play with. So that was one thing that was missing. That was a plus.
Okay, so. All right, so that's the end of day 84. 84. That's what I'm going to say it is. But yeah, tomorrow got to do the alignment around 9, and then I'm probably going to head to work and try to get some stuff done because, you know, could be worse. I could be not having a job right now. So I'm very thankful that I do have a job. It does suck to have to go deal with some of this stuff and some of these people, but, you know, doesn't suck that bad because I get a paycheck. So I am very thankful for that. So y'all stay safe.